You're now listening to Off the Collar.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Off the Collar. It's your host, Nick Johnson. We are back from dinner. We just got back from, where'd we go?
Pacific Coast Distillery. Pacific Coast Spirits.
Just down the street, sort of, from us in San Diego here.
Yeah.
Oceanside.
I love when you don't know an answer, you just always pin it right towards me.
Yeah, well, that's why we got two brains, honey, and you're the smarter of the two of us. So, before we get into this week's topic, how was your week, honey? Tell us, do you have any good stories of this week?
Oh my god, let me think. Any good stories of this week? Come back to me on that. I have to think of something. There's got to be something.
Well, okay.
We went to the fair. That was fun.
We did. We went to the street fair last night.
Yeah.
For the listeners out there in Oceanside, every week they have a, I always call it the farmer's market. It's called like Sunset Market or something, but they basically like block off this whole street in middle of downtown Oceanside, and it's all like different vendors and different food and a bunch of people. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I know it's fun for us because we do it as like a couple, but do you actually like it, or what's your thought on it?
I always love a good local situation, so I think it's kind of fun. But whenever I think of going to get street food, I think of it being like $5 or something. And the fact that we pay, 17, $18 for it, I'm kind of like, at that point, we could just go to a restaurant. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where I feel like everything these days that's like antique, or you'd think that's like you go to a local food vendor because it's cheaper. It's not so much the case anymore. So it's kind of like
the things you think that would be cheaper are not. Right. So, yeah, that's fair. I think when I first moved here, so I've lived here longer than Lauren. Lauren's only moved in about 6 weeks ago, so she's still learning about Oceanside a little bit, even though we were together for. We're basically here together for a while before that. But for me, it gives me like a sense of community for moving here and kind of validates me moving here. One of the first times like going to that fair was straight luck. I had taken the train to work one morning, and when I came back, the street fair was going on. I had no idea, didn't know anything about it really. I think that was within like the first couple weeks of me living here. So that was kind of cool to like add a long day at work and came back. And as soon as I got off the train, like there was so many people and like all these, different food vendors. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, were you able to think of anything?
I don't know. I'm sure I always have something. I just don't know what things I can say out loud. For context, like 95% of my life, I'm working, seeing patients, and doing all that stuff. And there's always, working as a chiropractor, there's always some shit that people say to you that's a little bit out of the box.
You have some interesting stories that we probably can't repeat.
But... Yeah, so I don't know what I could say. I don't know what's exactly happened this week that's notable. I'm trying to think. My brain's just thinking about today.
Yeah.
But there was a patient that walked up to the front desk lady today and gave her his phone number to check in, as most people do. And then he asked for her phone number and asked if she had any hidden tattoos that he couldn't see. For why?
That's cringe. How old is this guy?
Not sure. He never ended up actually coming in. But people, working in healthcare is such an interesting thing because people come in for one thing and they actually want something different. But anyways, I'm sure there's more shit I could think about, but that's for another time.
Yeah, especially when you're attractive. I'll say this portion and we'll try to keep it PG, I guess, but you have like a guy that'll come into your office and offer like food and like consistently and clearly will like leave if there isn't like a female person on staff at that moment in time. So it's a weird we won't mention who you work for or whatever,
I
anything
forgot
like
about
that.
that until you said
Yeah.
that. But yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. So we're obviously not going to mention any names, but it's like, I don't know what it is about people feeling like they can just treat women that way.
I don't know if it's just women. I think it's just chiropractors. Because as chiropractors,
doctors.
people don't take us as seriously as medical doctors, which is for some reason boggles my mind. But they come into our office thinking like they can just lay on the table and gossip and flirt and do all this stuff, which you would never be caught dead doing that to someone in a white coat. So yeah, it's an interesting thing where it's like we're not quite massage therapists, so people aren't just not talking, but they just feel like they can use us to feel better, whether that's to feel better physically or to vent about something or whatever it is. It's interesting space. So
Yeah, you definitely get some. I was gonna say because of like you guys are one of the more affordable facilities out there. You're gonna get some weird people, and you're gonna get some people that want like a quick fix, probably for something not even related to chiropractic, but they hope that maybe they find a silver bullet with somebody. Um, there was one thing I was gonna say about that, but it's not coming to me. But
moving on. How was your week?
my week was interesting. Work was very busy, and some good things happened, and some bad things happened. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. Um, my foot's broken. That's pretty awesome. We're not sure if it's fully broken, but my left foot is not in good shape. So I'm not sure if it's noteworthy. It's noteworthy to me right now because I should be probably icing my foot. But yeah, I'm just a broken down horse right now.
No comment.
No comment.
It's a little dramatic, but you'll be okay.
It's a little dramatic. I don't know if it's dramatic. Can't even fucking play golf without hurting.
We played golfy today.
Yeah, but it hurt like shit. I
Anyways,
don't know. We'll be okay. So this week we're gonna go on to the other topic that we had. So I think did we decide if it was this one? I think it was. We could look back on the last episode, I guess, to really decide. But I think we're already into this. So the topic for last week was dating apps, and this was mine. I'm not really sure what direction I was going in with this, so we'll see what kind of direction we'll just take it. But we met on a dating app on Hinge. Now we're off the apps, as they say, as the kids say. Um, I guess we can start with this. What was the first dating app you went on, and do you remember what made you download it?
yeah, I went on Tinder because I wanted to see what hot men were out there.
So, what age was this?
I was a freshman in college.
You were a freshman in college, and that's when you started to get on the swipey.
That's when I started swiping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting choice to do it in college. I feel like college is a time where you can meet a lot of people, where dating apps aren't
You
necessary.
would think, but when you live in Spokane, Washington, where it's -2 degrees outside, no one wants to leave their house. People often stay inside their house, and when you live in a house of 6 girls and you don't really want to live outside, you swipey.
A house of 6 girls sounds like fun for me, but not fun for you. It's a lot of women.
It's a good time.
It was a good time.
hmm
How many of your friends have I met that were in that house?
2.
2. Okay. Um, interesting. So when Tinder came out, I was out of college, so I didn't have the opportunity to swipey while I was, you know, in college. But we had a pretty small campus. There was only 2,500 kids, so pretty easy to. I mean, that's like my high school. pretty easy to start like meeting people, just because the class sizes were small and it was pretty pertinent. Like everyone was in the same place. But I can't imagine if we had dating apps, what it would have been like. Um,
I will say this: when you matched with somebody and you didn't kind of know what they looked like, you kind of knew, and then like a month later, you go to a party and you see them there. You're like, where do I know this person from? Oh, probably saw them on Tinder.
mhm.
So yeah. Anyways, when was your first experience?
My first experience on Tinder. I don't know if we want to go down
No,
that
no,
road.
no. In general, but also now that you said that, I want to know.
You want to know? Oh boy, this is gonna get me in trouble. My first experience on Tinder. Can I just say like my worst experience? Does it has to be my first experience?
Can you say both?
All right. So the worst experience, I actually think I told you on our first date, maybe second date, probably first date, knowing my lack of filter. But I planned to meet this girl in Oceanside, just down the street from us now, at the movie theater here, and told her when we are gonna meet. She was she ended up being 45 minutes late. I actually ate 2 slices of pizza in the time it took for her to get there because I was hungry, and I'm like, what? How am I gonna do? So she shows up, and when she shows up, she's clearly a catfish. Like maybe the general figure of her kind of match, but there was like, I consider it a catfish if someone uses a ton of filters because she did not look like her pictures when she showed up. And I was already kind of mad that she took 45 minutes. So I go up to I remember us going up to like the cashier and we're trying to decide what movie to go watch. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want this to go anywhere further than where it's gone. This is what I was saying to myself. And I literally faked a phone call and told her, oh, I'm so sorry. My mom needs me home right away. Something happened at the house. Do you mind if I walk your car? So I walked her to her car, at least kind of gentlemanly, or maybe made me feel a little bit better about myself. But yeah, that was probably one of my worst experiences. None of them have been great, honestly.
I asked you what your first dating app experience was.
My first, um, shit, that's a long ass time ago.
Couldn't have been that long ago.
It was 2015.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
It's 9 years ago. It's a long ass time ago. I don't know. Knowing myself, it was probably just a movie date. I don't know why.
No, what was the first app you were on?
Oh, the first app I was on was Tinder, right?
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what you asked me.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's been a long week, folks. We don't know what we're saying to each other. Yeah, my first dating app was Tinder. I think everyone's first dating app was probably Tinder. Or like Harmony or some shit.
Yeah, Match.com.
Match.com. I was on that shit.
Really?
I think I did both of them at one point.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I paid for eHarmony. There's $130 I'll never see again.
You're joking.
No. I was like tired of just the circle.
How old were you when you went on eHarmony for $100?
Probably like 30, 29.
Oh,
Something like that. I had a coworker at work that swore by it. So I just kind of went with it. And I don't know. I was on the apps and every woman seemed kind of to be the same and not much substance. And I thought eHarmony might be a little bit different crowd. So I tried it. I think I went on one date off of it.
This is a confessional I've never heard before.
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot here. But I don't know. I think there's no way around it anymore. I think
it's meant to be is what meant to be, baby.
Oh well.
You spent a lot of money trying to find me.
I did. I used to I used to pay the fucking subscription for Hinge too.
Oh, no secret.
Hmm.
I did too.
You did too? It's definitely a hack.
Only for 1 week though, and then I matched with you.
And then you took 3 months to respond to me. But anyways, you look super cute in my hat, by the way. Doesn't she look cute? I think she looks cute. Okay, so dating apps. Is there anything else we want to talk about on that subject? We can throw your sister under the bus about her dating app last week.
No, let's not do that.
Okay, we'll leave her out of the conversation.
I think that's funny. I mean, I don't really know if we want to go into like other experiences on it, but I don't know if that's relevant.
I'd rather leave that stuff behind me.
Okay.
Anyways,
Hinge,
I will
Hinge
say
good one.
I'm very happy you're the last person I ever swiped on, met with, did anything with, because I was about to delete that shit. I mean, I did end up deleting that shit because we started dating each other, but that was literally like, I was getting to the point where I was gonna have to talk to women at bars, which fucking I hate doing. I absolutely hate doing it. Why do I hate talking to women at bars?
Yeah.
Because it seems like a sitcom that everyone already knows the punchline. Like, every girl you go up to thinks you're hitting on them, even if you're not. Like, it is impossible to meet people organically anymore.
I would disagree with that. Whenever I used to go out to bars as a woman, single, and I would strike up a conversation with someone, it was a genuine conversation. If they want to buy me a drink, that's fine. But if they genuinely want to talk to me, it's different. I would be down.
Well, that you just hit exactly why I ended up being with you and dating you, because you're not like most women. Most women have a vision of themselves that, like, they have to be on the defensive at all times, and you were not like that from the get-go. Still not like that. You'll never be like that. I mean, we literally, right before we sat down here, we tried to knock on our neighbors' doors downstairs so you could make friends with them. So it's it's a green flag for me that you're saying like you have a different experience, because it's not, that has nothing to do with the guy. You just validated what I said. That has to do 100% with how the girl reacts to the situation.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some creepers out there. It's just like you have to be aware of that shit. Like if some guy is just like slobber drunk and wants to buy you a drink, like obviously it's a no-go situation. But in certain instances, you start you sit at the bar, you start talking to people, and they're actually good conversation, and then one thing leads to another. I guess it just depends what you want out of it, but there has been times where I've genuinely met people. It's been good, but don't get me wrong, I have tried to get free drinks from people before too. So I don't know. I guess it just comes down to what your intention is. Like if I feel like maybe you've just had experiences with girls who just are ill intentioned. That's all. But
Yeah,
you could meet somebody at a bar. I still believe that.
I still think you can. I just think it's harder. I think that women have become complacent because they have so many options.
No, you know what it is that women think every man's trying to fuck her.
Well, yeah, that's the mindset they've had since the 1920s. That hasn't changed much. I think now it's just more. I don't know. People are more woke to it. People are. It's almost like a personality type at this point. Is that they're so against being open-minded and meeting somebody that it makes it very difficult. And then, yeah, it might be just my experience. Not a lot of women are looking for a 5'7" Asian man that plays golf. So it's, not to stereotype myself, but I do project a different persona than most women want to adhere to. Whether you agree to that or not is another story. But I would say in my experience, whether I was Asian or not is really irrelevant. My height is not what women go for immediately. They want someone taller than them. Even that stupid Love is Blind we were watching with, is it Hannah and Nick? Hannah and Nick. Nick looks small, but she's actually shorter than him, and he still wasn't good enough. So there's, you know, this might be going a little bit deeper than you had intentioned, but it was just like, I don't feel like I've always been option 1, 2, or 3, if that makes sense. It's harder for me to, I have a shorter window to try to gain somebody's interest. So anyway, I'm still good looking and funny though, so it's okay. But I'm also just short, so it is what it is, and nothing I can do about it.
No. I had a comment about that, but I forgot what I was gonna say. So.
Okay. Well, I love you, and you're the reason that we're doing this. So.
Love you too.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull another topic, or we have anything else on dating? My one last thought I was gonna say is that I feel like it's hard to meet people at a bar because women have this preconceived notion that any man that buys her a drink wants to automatically sleep with her, and I don't know why women fear that because I mean, don't get me wrong, most of the time it is true, but yeah, I think that's why it's hard because even if there's like a nice guy like yourself or something, someone who comes along and just generally wants to meet someone and you buy them a drink, then women are gonna think, oh my god, he bought me a drink, he's flirting. Oh my god, he bought me a drink, he wants to take me home. Like I don't know why, that's the thing. But anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 2024, so
I think what's happened, and the last thing I'll say on this, we can go to the next topic. But what's happened is it's discouraged a lot of men, the way women perceive most situations. And it's kind of why you see guys being a little bit blunt now when they see exactly what they don't want. They know it's not going anywhere, and it can actually be portrayed in a way to make it easier for the woman to like get past it, where and I saw it on I don't think I mentioned this to you, but on Love is Blind with Tyler, I think it was Tyler, and then the other chick that you see, the black guy that broke up with the other girl, like really bluntly. Okay. So there's a scene where basically like he really, really just cuts her off, like doesn't want to see her ever again. Like literally says those words, I don't want to see your face ever again. That is, in my head, that is very planned, and that is very like timely, because he could have said that at any point without listening to her, like her reasoning or anything like that, and just cut it off. He wanted to make it feel like there was somewhat of a conversation, so then he could just cut it off and it'd be done. And what that does in turn is allows the woman to be mad about it, which is easier to get over. Which is maybe a weird way to think about it, but in my mind, that's what he was doing. And that's what guys do on occasion. And I see it more and more now, is like they want it to, there's no way to do it cordially, really. There is, but other guys might go the easy way out and do it that way, if that makes sense. So I think it's just, there's not a lot of, I mean, just the dating shows we watch, there's so much intolerance on both sides. I'm like, nothing's ever going to be perfect. You got to work at it. Like, you got to find some common ground somewhere. But I mean, why I think we work together well is we always understood it would be something to work on. Like, it's my percentage is like 60 or 70% is you have to work on it and build it. And the rest is like foundation. I don't know how you feel about that, but
I have no comment. I don't understand, but keep going.
Okay. Anyway, going on a bit of a tangent. I think we've screwed this one into the ground. Let's go to the next one. Do you want to do the honors?
Are we doing another topic tonight?
Sure.
Okay. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. You wrote most of these.
No, I did not.
Oh, that's right. I wrote most of these.
Yeah.
Well, you need to add some more.
Okay.
I don't know how long we've gone, but I feel like we're doing just fine.
Nicknames from you?
Nicknames. Well, I think we can just start with like the nicknames that I call you and you call me. I don't know where I was going with this one.
I don't know if I really want to discuss that right now.
Our nicknames?
It's kind of weird. Do
It's a
people
weird
really
one.
care about that?
I don't know. Do people really care about anything we talk about?
Not really.
I don't know. Let's try one more.
Okay.
Blue guy.
Smurf.
Smurf?
I don't know. I'm scared.
This is such a fucking. What was I doing when I wrote most of these? Double air fryer or triple? That's what I wrote down. Okay. I mean, it made me laugh already, so it must be something funny to talk about.
Is it?
I think it's funny.
Okay. I'll let you go on your 20-minute tangent.
We'll go on my 20-minute tangent. Well, this could just be the cliffhanger. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it should be a cliffhanger?
People don't even know what the hell that means.
I don't know what it means, but it makes it. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Who knows? No, we'll do one more, and then I'll leave you guys with the cliffhanger. So this one we can make rather short, but double air fryer or triple is basically we have the potential to use 3 air fryers at once, which we have yet to do. I have 2 of them. Loren has 1, so we moved in together, and now we have 3. So that's the quick math. But what I think the point is, there's a few different ways we could go with this one. But
point to this?
There was a point to it. Yeah, I wrote it in there for a reason.
If anyone's still listening, they're not anymore.
All right. Well,
you're just telling the audience how many air fryers we have.
I am.
Yes, we're old. We get it.
Okay. Can you just let me cook a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Anywho, air fryers, double or triple. I think the point of this was that we did something very cute as a couple when we first started together. This has nothing to do with our multiple air fryer equipment. This has to do with things that I think are important as a new couple and doing things together. Okay. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Should I do the rest of the episode with the Asian accent? No. Are you sure? I could do a long time. What was the thing I was doing like 2 months ago? I was doing an English accent. You freaking hated that because it was not very good.
And this is the part of the episode where we start losing Nick, and I think we should wrap it up.
I'm still here.
No, you're still here, but you start talking about random things.
I can talk about random things.
No, nobody cares.
Okay. Okay. Fine. We'll just leave it as a cliffhanger here. I'm going to bring this back up next episode. 1 air fryer, 2. Do you want to do another topic?
I thought we were going to leave it on another cliffhanger, but...
Yeah, I'm leaving it on a cliffhanger because you won't let me flow.
Okay. This one says, I just bought this home. ...
And that was mine? ...
Yep.
I really need to start jotting these down. All right. Well, I don't know. You know what I mean. All right, folks. This has been Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? What was exciting this week?
What's
I started
exciting?
watching Hot Ones. That shit's funny.
Lauren's a little new to most TV things. So we started watching Hot Ones. What was the first one we watched with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman for their Wolverine and Deadpool movie, which was fucking great. I've watched that thing 3 times now.
It's embarrassing.
It's not that embarrassing. It's pretty epic. Do you guys like our flowers, by the way? We got big ass sunflowers. There's one right here. There's one right there. Anyways, so the point was, yeah, Lauren getting into Hot Ones. So she finally is like, I don't know why. The first half of our relationship, she didn't want to watch anything I suggested. The last half, she's really come around. Like, I've gotten her to watch Ted Lasso. I've gotten her to watch Wrexham. I've gotten her to watch Hot Ones. We kind of started Stranger Things, but it's still kind of fluttering.
Anyways,
But
did we buy a home?
no, we didn't buy a home. No.
That's what your question said. The teaser.
Teaser?
You just gave away the teaser.
But you're going off your tangent of you watching Hot Ones.
This is the question.
What?
I just bought a home.
I just bought a home.
That's the teaser.
Oh, I remember what the hell this one was. I was driving 2 blocks down the street. What?
No, this was supposed to be a teaser.
Okay. Anyway, I was driving 2 blocks down the street, and then this is the cliffhanger. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Off the Collar. We'll see you guys on the next episode. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, bye.
This is Off the Collar. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, or go direct to our link in the bio.